The also known as the American Revolutionary War and the U.S. War of Independence. The conflict arose from growing tensions between residents of Great Britain's 13 North American colonies and the colonial government, which represented the British Crown. Attempts by the British government to raise revenue by taxing the colonies, the Stamp Act of 1765, the Township Tariffs of 1767, and the Tea Act of 1773 met with heated protests among many colonists. This also led to the Boston Massacre, December 1773. When the Second Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia, delegates, including new additions Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, voted to form a Continental Army with Washington as commander-in-chief. By June 1776, with the Revolutionary War in full swing, a growing majority of the colonists had come to favor independence from Britain. On July 4th, the Continental Congress voted to adopt the Declaration of Independence, drafted by a five-man committee including Franklin and John Adams, but written mainly by Jefferson. British strategy in 1777 involved two main prongs of attack aimed at separating New England colonies. British General Burgoyne's men dealt a devastating loss to the Americans in July by retaking Fort Ticonderoga, while Howe decided to move his troops southward from New York to confront Washington's army near the Chesapeake Bay. Howe's move had left Burgoyne's army exposed near Saratoga, New York, and the British suffered the consequences of this on September 19th when an American force under General Horatio Gates defeated them at Freedman's Farm, known as the First Battle of Saratoga. After suffering another defeat on October 7th at Bemis Heights, the Second Battle of Saratoga, Burgoyne surrendered his remaining forces on October 17th. The American victory at Saratoga would prove to be the turning point of the American Revolution. By the fall of 1781, Greene's American forces had managed to force Cornwallis and his men to withdraw to Virginia's Yorktown Peninsula, near where the York River empties into the Chesapeake Bay. Supported by a French army commanded by General Jean-Baptiste de Raimbault, Washington moved against Yorktown with a total of around 14,000 soldiers, while a fleet of 36 French warships offshore prevented British reinforcement or evacuation. Trapped and overpowered, Cornwallis was forced to surrender his entire army on October 19th. Claiming illness, the British general sent his deputy, Charles O'Hare, to surrender. After O'Hare approached Raimbault to surrender his sword, Washington gave the nod to his own deputy, Benjamin Lincoln, who accepted it. The Treaty of Paris of 1783 is a treaty that officially ended the Revolutionary War on September 3, 1783. It was signed in Paris by Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and John Jay. Under the terms of the treaty, Britain recognized the independent nation of the United States of America. Britain agreed to remove all of its troops from the new nation. The treaty also set new borders for the United States, including all land from the Great Lakes on the north to Florida on the south, and from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River. The United States agreed to allow British troops still in America to leave and also agreed to pay all existing debts owed to Great Britain. As the United States became a new nation, they sought the help of George Washington and elected him President of the United States. He would become the first President of the United States.